There are two kinds of people. The ones who have seen the Taj Mahal, the blessed ones, and the ones who have not. And for those who have been to the Taj Mahal here at Agra, they know how it's to be kept safe from unwanted tourists as well as terrorists. Here comes the Central Industrial Security Force into the picture. The Taj Mahal is now under their secure protection. The CISF, the no-nonsense force. In this episode of Special Report, we take a closer look at the CISF, the country's exclusive paramilitary force that has been created specially to guard against the new enemies of nation which target high-value interests across the nation. But first thing first, the creation of exclusive and world's only industrial security force, the CISF. It was the nasty fire at the Heavy Engineering Corporation plant at Ranchi in 1964, which kick-started the urgent need for a dedicated and fully armed force to guard vital installations of India's economic might. The inquiry commission which conducted the probe into the Ranchi fire incident concluded that fire at the Heavy Engineering Corporation was due to sabotage. Following that incident, in the coming months and years, the CISF slowly took shape and was then specifically raised to safeguard various plants and machineries of public sector undertakings across the nation. These special men and women in combat uniforms can be seen literally all over the places, you name it. The Delhi Metro, airports, ports, government buildings, dams and bridges, mints and currency printing presses, refineries, and yes, of course, at the Taj Mahal. The primary and as well as the secondary task of field commanders of the CISF is clearly cut out: to guard the high-value installations against arson, looting, sabotage, and against the latest enemy of the nation, the terrorist. In some cases, Naxalites or Maoists. To do an on-the-spot assessment and check CISF's capability, RSTV did inspectorial rounds visiting 12 different locations in 9 different cities and towns within a short span of 8 days to record one part of their deployment under various stressful circumstances. The CISF is very fast to adapt with the changing scenario, and they literally change with the changing tide. Take, for example, new situation emerging at the Hyderabad airport these days. After the division of Andhra Pradesh and creation of Telangana state, the threat perception to this airport at Hyderabad has been increased to a new level. So the task of the Central Industrial Security Force is clearly cut out: how to prevent a terrorist attack. A very special and exclusive mock drill was staged only for the visiting Rajya Sabha television crew at the Rajiv Gandhi International Airport at Hyderabad to prove a point by the CISF that in case of a terrorist attack, who, if in all impossibility, just happen to walk in through the main gate at the RGI airport and attempts to spread mayhem, the CISF would not only be able to neutralize the terrorist very, very effectively, but will be dealt killingly. At least these brave men and women from the CISF rehearsed it in front of our cameras, and we are definitely inclined to believe them.
that this is already a hypersensitive declared airport, which means that the threats to aviation security, whatever they are globally to the aviation industry, they are all applicable to this airport also. And our biggest challenge and endeavor is not only to keep pace with the threats, but to be ahead of them.
The airport combat units have latest bomb disposal gadgets and specialized K9 units. Airport security is a dicey affair. Who comes, who goes, the CISF must know. Take for example the new and swanky airport terminal at Mumbai's Chhatrapati Shivaji International Airport. The latest face-saving gadgets have been installed at the country's newest T2 terminal at Mumbai. We were told close to 2,500 cameras cover every square inch of the terminal number 2 at Chhatrapati Shivaji International Airport. Here, security check is done before the immigration counters, and in an attempt to be transparent in handling suspicious baggage, dealing with irate passengers, new gadgets have been placed at the check-in counters to answer all questions. This feature at T2 at Mumbai, we were told, is on par with the best airport facilities found overseas. The Central Industrial Security Force is perhaps the only paramilitary force in the country which is mandated to work and interact directly and constantly with the general public at large. This specialized force is taught to speak softly and politely with the common man and act sternly. Quite simply, it is the no-nonsense force. Their training is tough, at par with the very best, comparable to other central armed police forces like the BSF or the CRPF. The CISF also has a battalion of excellent marksmen. Who knows how to shoot their target? Bullseye.
We are not only a no-nonsense force, but now we are spread across almost the entire spectrum of all the activities, from public sector undertakings to airports, from airports to government buildings, and from there to Delhi Metro,
yeah.
VIP security. And not only that, we are also in the You know the जिसको हम कहते हैं हमारी ऐतिहासिक धरोहर, iconic buildings, Taj Mahal
The Taj Mahal.
and Red Fort.
Two of them you are you're safeguarding that.
Yes.
I'm told there is a proposal to safeguard the Bodh Gaya temple also. Is it under consideration?
Well, that way there are so many other requests, but we abide by the order of the government. Wherever the government is asking us to go, we will go, or if the courts ask us to go. At present, in the iconic buildings, we are safeguarding Taj Mahal and Red Fort only.
And the pride of the CISF is their Mahila Battalion. All women commandos of the CISF have to go through almost the same training schedule as their male counterparts.
Our component of Mahila constables and officers, etc., is more than 5,000 in a force of 1,40,000.
5,000
Yes.
here in CISF.
In CISF.
That is
and
quite a
they are
number.
given the same training which is given to the male counterpart. There is no dilution in the standards of training for them.
Not many know that CISF also has the country's top of the line and exclusive Fire Safety Training Institute, which also doubles as the country's premier center to teach skills in rescue operations during disaster situations, man-made or otherwise. It is known as the FSTI, the Fire Services Training Institute, located within the campus of NISA, the National Industrial Security Academy, about 60 kilometers outside Hyderabad. They are best available resource in the country, training people to face disaster-like situations. Remember recent submarine fire accident at Mumbai that killed many naval officers and sailors? Well, CISF has country's exclusive facility which simulates fire and disaster-like situations in an enclosed submarine-type environment. Here, CISF commandos are trained to undergo difficult situations and rescue people holed up in containers or areas such as submarines. We take a short break. When we come back, we bring you for the very first time ever on television in India, a rare footage. Cameras inside currency note printing press at Nasik, all under the watchful eyes of the Central Industrial Security Force. Welcome back from the break. In this part, we take a closer look at the Central Industrial Security Force deployment across the India, especially at the currency note printing press here in Nasik. These visuals have never been filmed before by anyone else. Boxes full of freshly minted money are loaded onto the waiting armored plated trucks at least once a day, all under the watchful eyes of an army of CISF. And no one knows how much currency is packed in these boxes. Nevertheless, they are heavy and fully loaded. ready to be transported to Reserve Bank of India, where they will be opened up and distributed across the nation, all under the watchful eyes of the CISF.
They are carrying our material from the Bombay shipyards or the different places. It is bringing to the factory, it's taken into the production, and the finished goods is also carried out by them to the all destinations of RBI.
People working on printing press for minting various denominations of rupees have to go through CISF commandos manning all gate points. These CISF officers deployed at the Nasik mint press have sharpest pair of eyes. High walls and British-era fencing still holds good at the CNP Nasik. LMGs and MMGs mounted all over the place make sure no gaps are left. And come to think of ONGC, CISF is also here. Take for example this facility at Oran, which is just outside Mumbai. The Central Industrial Security Force is giving full protection to this vital oil industry installation at Mumbai. This mini refining facility is the only of its kind operated by Oil and Natural Gas Commission and is an extremely sensitive facility. The CISF outpost here is adequately well stocked and fully armed to the teeth. Crude from Bombay high seas is pumped and channeled from Oran. Fire threat at this facility is maximum and CISF is prepared to meet head-on. Close to Oran, just outside Mumbai, is this big port, operated by the Jawaharlal Nehru Port Trust, or as it is known as by its acronym, the JNPT. The CISF has deployed its very exclusive Marine Commando Force just to give security umbrella to the JNPT. Memories are fresh about 2008 terror attack in Mumbai, and these small batches of new Marine Commandos make a world of difference.
This is a major vital installation as far as the economy of our country is concerned. So we are guarding this port round the clock, 24/7, and we have a 593 strong contingent deployed here, and we provide foolproof security to the port.
And the world knows that arms smuggling via container ships or carrying small canisters of nuclear bombs is the worst case scenario any country can face. Here comes the latest gamma ray scanners installed at this huge port to X-ray containers looking for nuclear bombs. This is a special and exclusive piece of equipment manned and maintained by the CISF. It is ironic though that nursery of IPS officers, the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel National Police Academy at Hyderabad, has not trusted any state police outfit to protect its academy and gave the delicate task only to the Central Industrial Security Force to do the needful. Among the high-value targets under the safety cover of the CISF is the world-famous veiled Rebecca and Noor Jahan's fruit dagger at the Salarjung Museum at Hyderabad. These and other precious artifacts at the Salarjung Museum are guarded round the clock by the CISF. They have been specially requisitioned by a presidential order only for the Salarjung Museum. The world knows this place and the world comes to this place, the Taj Mahal. By a Supreme Court order, the Taj is now under an exclusive protected cover of the Central Industrial Security Force. A full-rank commandant officer with his battalion is posted at the Taj. No other security apparatus is allowed inside except the CISF. Each passage, each minaret, each arch at the Taj Mahal has an army of CISF deployed. RSTV crew was informed that long-range LMG and MMGs are positioned along the riverside behind the Taj to give foolproof security to this one of the 7 modern wonders of the world. This has been an exclusive coverage of India's premier paramilitary force, the Central Industrial Security Force, whose exploits are spread across the length and the breadth of the country. And it still continues. With my colleagues cameraman Dushmanta and MS Suresh, this is Vineet Dikshit for the special report on CISF.